Walk into any tackle shop and you will be told the same thing. If you are serious, you need live sonar. You need to spend $2,000 on the newest imported Flagship with the underwater video game screen. And it is a lie of omission. Because a fish finder built in Alabama for $130 will outfish it for almost everyone watching this. This is a video about the biggest markup in modern fishing, the fish finder, and about a little American-made brand that quietly embarrasses the expensive imported units on the one thing that actually matters: putting more fish in your boat per dollar you spend. By the end, you will know exactly which cheap unit to buy and why the premium one is humiliating your wallet, not helping your fishing. If you are tired of being told the most expensive answer is the only answer, subscribe, because taking that apart is the whole point of this channel. And knowing which finder to buy is only half of it. Actually reading that screen and turning it into fish is the other half. And it is what the Angler's Vault is built for. First link below. Tap it or scan the code anytime in the video. First, let me be completely honest about the expensive units, because I am not here to lie to you. The premium imported live sonar is genuinely amazing technology. It shows fish moving in real time, like an underwater camera, and you can watch a fish decide on your lure. For a tournament pro fishing for a paycheck, that edge is worth every penny. I am not going to pretend it does nothing, and trust me, precisely because I am telling you the good side first. Live sonar lets a skilled angler drop a lure right on a fish they can see and watch it react. In the hands of a pro who mastered it, on pressured fish, it is a genuine advantage. Anyone who calls it a scam is lying to you the other direction. It is real and it is impressive. But here's the trick they never say out loud. That edge matters at the razor-thin margin of professional fishing, where one extra fish wins $10,000. For the other 99% of us, fishing on weekends for fun, that $2,000 unit finds you almost exactly the same fish a $300 one does. You are paying for a professional tool to do a weekend job. Think of it like a race car. A pro on a track squeezes out a lap time you never could, and the car is worth it to them. But you do not commute in a Formula One car. For the driving you actually do, it is expensive, fragile overkill. The premium fish finder is that race car, and most of us are just driving to the lake on a Saturday. So let me show you how a cheap American-made Humminbird humiliates the imported Flagship, one way at a time, from the smallest embarrassment to the biggest. And remember the setup. The villain here is a $2,000 imported unit, sometimes built overseas, and our hero is built in Eufaula, Alabama. Let the beating begin. Number 7. The entry price. The Humminbird Piranha Max 4 costs around $130. That is it. For that, you get real two-dimensional sonar that shows you depth, bottom hardness, and fish, plainly and reliably. Compare that to a Garmin Panoptix live sonar transducer that can run nearly $5,000 for the transducer alone. Almost $5,000 versus $130. And this is the unit I would put on a kid's first boat, or a beginner's John boat, without a second thought. It does not overwhelm anyone. You turn it on, you see the bottom come up, you see the fish, and you start learning to read water immediately. There is no better $130 you can spend to go from fishing blind to actually seeing what is down there. And do not mistake cheap for useless. That little $130 unit does the single most important job of any fish finder. It tells you the depth, shows you the bottom, and marks fish, so you stop blindly fishing dead water. A basic finder like this genuinely improves your catch rate over fishing blind. Everything above this is refinement, not necessity. And let me put that price gap in perspective one more time, because it is almost funny. You could buy 15 of the cheap American Piranha Max units for the price of one high-end imported live sonar transducer. 15. You could put one on your boat, one on your buddy's boat, one on the kayak, and still have change. That is the size of the markup you are being sold as necessary. Number 6. The maps you do not have to pay extra for. Step up to the Humminbird Helix 5, around $300, and it ships with built-in GPS and cartography for over 4,000 American lakes already loaded. On many premium setups, that kind of detailed mapping is an add-on you buy separately. The cheap American unit hands it to you in the box. And once you have a map and GPS, you unlock the most valuable habit in fishing: marking your spots. Catch a fish? Drop a waypoint. Find a brush pile? Mark it. Over a season, you build a private map of every place that ever produced and run right back to it a year later. That memory alone is worth the $300, and the Flagship does not do it any better. And that habit compounds over the years into something a Flagship cannot buy you. A veteran angler with a cheap unit and 10 years of saved waypoints will outfish a rich beginner with the most expensive rig on the lake, every time. The knowledge of where the fish live is worth more than any screen. The cheap unit records that knowledge just as well as the expensive one. Think about what that means on the water. You launch on a new lake, turn the unit on, and you already have the depth contours, the points, the humps, and the channels laid out in front of you. You can idle straight to the spots that hold fish instead of wasting the morning guessing. $300 and the lake is already mapped. And that mapping does something huge for a new angler. Half of fishing a strange lake is just knowing where the deep water, the drop-offs, and the flats are. A good map hands you that instantly, so you skip years of learning a lake the slow way. A $300 American unit with 4,000 lakes preloaded is like showing up to a test with the answer key. Quick pause. If this is already saving you money, hit the like button, because that is what pushes it past the marketing to the next angler about to overpay by $1,000. And the full guide to reading whatever screen you buy is the first link below. One payment, yours for life. Number 5. The same core sonar the expensive units use. That $300 Helix 5 comes with dual spectrum CHIRP sonar. CHIRP is not a budget gimmick. It is the same advanced sonar the Flagships brag about, sending a sweep of frequencies for clean separation between fish, bottom, and cover. The core fish-finding brain is the same. You just did not pay $2,000 for it. And here is a phrase to remember at the shop. The words that catch fish are CHIRP, GPS, and down imaging. The words that mostly catch your money are live, forward-facing, and Flagship. Every one of the fish-catching words comes standard on the cheap American units. The money-catching words are what the $2,000 sticker is really selling. Learn the difference and you will never overpay. And notice what the imported Flagship quietly leaves out while it brags about live sonar. The good mapping is extra. The premium transducer is extra. The bigger screen is extra. By the time you actually fish it, that $2,000 sticker has crept toward $3,000. The cheap American unit put the essentials in the box. One of these respects your wallet, and it is not the import. This is the part that really stings the premium buyer. The expensive unit does not find ordinary fish better than this. A fish arch on a $300 Humminbird is the same fish in the same spot that shows up on the $2,000 screen. For finding fish, marking structure, and reading depth, the cheap American unit is not a little behind, it is even. And understand why that is true. A fish reflects sound the same way no matter how much your screen costs. The physics of finding a fish with sonar were solved decades ago, and the cheap units have it. The extra money buys a prettier, faster, real-time picture, not a better ability to know a fish is there. The fish shows up either way. Number 4. Side imaging, the technology that actually catches structure fish. Step to the Humminbird Helix 7, around $650, and you get side imaging, which many guides call the single most productive sonar technology there is. It scans out to the sides of the boat and paints a photo-like picture of brush, rock, and fish that traditional sonar simply cannot show. And here is the humiliation. Side imaging is what actually helps you find and catch fish that relate to structure. The exact fish most anglers chase. Humminbird put that in reach at $650. while people spend 3 times that on live sonar they barely learn to use. The technology that fills the boat costs a fraction of the technology that fills the marketing. And side imaging is the feature I would actually spend up for. It changes how you fish, letting you scan a whole flat and pick out the one brush pile holding fish before you ever cast. That is real, useful power. And Humminbird, the American brand, is famous for the best side imaging in the business, at a price that does not require a loan. Quick one before the top 3. Let me earn the follow. Everything I know about turning any of these screens into actual fish, reading arches, structure, and bait, is organized inside the angler's vault. Point your camera at the code or tap the first link. One payment, yours for life. Number 3. You do not need a manual and a mentor to use it. The expensive live sonar has a real learning curve. People spend a whole season learning to aim the transducer, read the ghostly real-time image, and tell a fish from a stick. The cheap American unit turns on and works. Depth, fish, bottom, map, right there. No PhD required. There is a myth that more expensive always means more capable. With fish finders, past a point, more expensive just means more complicated. Pros turn that complexity into an edge. For everyone else, it is just more ways to have the unit set up wrong and not know it, staring at a screen you do not trust. Simple that you understand beats complex that you do not. There is a real trap in expensive gear that no one warns you about. A $2,000 unit you do not understand catches you fewer fish than a $300 unit you know cold. Confusion on the water costs fish. Simplicity catches them. The cheap unit gets out of your way and lets you fish, and that is worth more than a feature you never mastered. I have watched it happen on the water more than once. A guy spends the whole morning fiddling with settings on his $2,000 screen, aiming the transducer, adjusting the sensitivity, while the fellow next to him with a simple unit just fishes and outcatches him 3-1. The expensive gear became a distraction from actually fishing. Simple keeps your line in the water. Number 2. And this is where the import really loses. Where it was built and who stands behind it. The Humminbird is designed, engineered, and built in Eufaula, Alabama, in a real American factory, by American workers with American service. Many of the premium imported units are assembled overseas. Same money, and one of them keeps an American town working. And it is worth saying plainly, because it is the heart of this whole thing. You can get a fish finder that catches you just as many fish, costs a fraction of the price, and is built by American workers in an American town, all at once. You almost never get to make a choice where the cheaper option is also the more patriotic one and the smarter one. Here you do. And that is not just patriotism, it is practical. When your unit acts up the week before a big trip, an American-made brand means a real person in Alabama who knows the product, picks up and gets you running. Try getting that from a Flagship assembled an ocean away. On a tool this expensive, that support is worth as much as any feature. And there is a quieter value to buying American. Every one of those units keeps skilled people employed in an American town, keeps the knowledge of building sonar alive, and keeps a real service department a phone call away. You were going to spend the money anyway. Spending it on the American unit just makes it do more good on the way out of your pocket. And there is a beautiful bit of history in that Alabama factory. This company started in 1971 by making sonar affordable, with a little unit that cost $150 and let a regular angler finally see underwater. 50 years later, they still do exactly that. Still building at home, while the imports chase the high end and forget the regular fishermen. And number 1, the biggest humiliation of all. The cheap American unit catches you just as many fish. Strip away the marketing, the video game screen, and the $2,000 price. Put a regular angler on a normal lake, and the cheaper Humminbird puts the same fish in the boat as the Flagship. For real fishing, the expensive one wins nothing that matters. And if you do not believe me, do the test yourself. Put a $300 Humminbird on your boat this season and fish it hard. You will catch every fish you were going to catch with a $2,000 unit and have $1,600 left over. The proof is not in a spec sheet. It is in your own live well at the end of the day. Reviewers say it out loud when you read closely. A $130 Humminbird can put more fish in a kayak than a $2,300 Flagship. Not because the cheap one is magic, but because for the fishing most of us actually do, the expensive unit is answering a question you never asked. It is solving a professional problem you do not have. And that quote is not an insult to the Flagship. It is a lesson about matching gear to reality. The kayak angler is close to the fish, in shallow, tight water, where a simple down-looking sonar is all you need, and a giant live sonar rig is just in the way. The right tool for your fishing beats the most expensive tool every time. Bigger price does not mean better fit. So let me be fair one more time, because honesty is the point of this channel. If you are a tournament professional, or you are obsessed with live sonar and will truly learn it, then buy the expensive unit. It is a real tool, and it earns its price at that level. The premium unit is not bad. Most people are just not the person it was built for. But if you are a normal angler, fishing for fun on weekends, wanting to find fish, mark spots, and catch more, then spending $2,000 is not an upgrade. It is a tax on not knowing better. And now you know better. The smart money buys the American-made unit that fits your fishing and keeps the rest in your pocket for gas and tackle. And think about what you do with the money you save. $1,600 is the difference between the cheap American unit and the imported Flagship. That is a trolling motor, a year of gas, a mountain of tackle, or a battery to run it all. You can put that saved money into things that genuinely catch you more fish, instead of into a screen feature you will barely touch. So here is the simple buying guide. If you just want to find fish and depth, get the Humminbird Piranha Max, around $130. If you want GPS and maps too, the Helix 5, around $300. And if you want the structure finding power of side imaging, the one that truly fills the boat, the Helix 7, around $650. Every one of them built in Alabama. And whichever one you pick, understand this. The unit does not catch the fish. You do. The best sonar in the world is useless if you cannot read the screen. And a cheap unit in skilled hands beats an expensive one in confused hands every single time. Learning to read the picture is a bigger upgrade than any amount of money you throw at the hardware. So there it is. The imported Flagship gets humiliated on price, on maps, on the same core sonar, on the imaging that actually matters, on ease of use, on where it is built, and on the only thing that counts, fish in the boat. A little American-made brand from Alabama does the job for a fraction of the price. The most expensive answer was never the only answer. And that is exactly what the Angler's Vault is built to teach. How to take whatever unit you own and actually turn that screen into fish. First link below, one payment, yours for good. Now tell me down in the comments, what fish finder are you running? What did you pay? And after this video, would you buy it again? I read every single one.